If you have knee pain, you have to stretch. I read once in an article that the knee is at the mercy of the joints above and below. So that's the ankle and the hip. So not only do those need to be strong, they also need to be pliable and mobile. So if you are stiff in the ankle and the hip, that's going to cause trouble in the knee. I'm going to show you 5 stretches that you can do, all with the assistance of a chair, and these are going to help with mobilizing the ankle and the hip so the knee is happier. So first, let's start with the front of the ankle. So position yourself any way you need to in the chair so we can press the top of one foot into the ground. So we're stretching the front of the ankle and the top of the foot. For all of our stretches, it's great if you can watch the clock, if you can hold your stretch for time. Greater than a minute would be awesome, but at least 30 seconds is a must. And when you are done with this stretch, we're going to come out of the chair to stretch the back of the ankle. So we'll use this chair for assistance as we stretch the back of the ankle. Now get into a short stance, so your feet are not quite as long as like a warrior one in yoga. Think more of like your pyramid pose. And your feet are staggered, so you're standing on 2 train tracks. So we're going to stretch the soleus. So rather than the big meaty calf muscle, we're going to stretch the long flat muscle underneath. We're focusing on the back leg. So make sure that foot is pointed straight ahead, and you're going to start to bend that back knee. If you are tight in this area, you might notice that your knee buckles in or your foot V's out, or maybe a little bit of both. So keep an eye on the alignment in that back foot. Heel stays down, toes stay pointed straight ahead, knee out over second and third toe. You should feel that down in the Achilles tendon area. And then while we're here, we're going to stretch the hamstring in pyramid. So we're already in a pretty good stance for that. Short stance, feet on 2 train tracks, and we're holding onto the chair for support, but now we're focusing on the hamstring of the front leg. So you're going to come down only as low as you can with your back flat or arched. If your back is rounded, you've gone too far, come back up and bring a little bit more cow rather than cat into your spine. And you should feel that. You should feel that in the back of the hamstring. Keep that knee straight. If you can, squeeze the quadricep, lifting the kneecap up. You're going to feel it even more. And then when you're done, we're going to head back into the chair for a few more stretches. So you'll need your yoga strap for this one. We're going to stretch the quadricep, the front of the thigh. And this muscle straightens the knee, but it also crosses the hip joint, and we'll get a little bit of hip flexor in this as well. So we're moving up into the front of the hip. Loop the strap around the bottom of the foot on the leg you're going to stretch, and then you're going to pivot to the side so you can hold on, and you can hold on to this strap wherever you want. So as you pull your heel towards your glute, you might have your hand down low on the strap, or I like to sling it over my shoulder. And that's going to be a little bit deeper stretch, but also less effort on the arm. So that's opening up the front of the hip and the quadricep on that leg. And again, you'll hold this stretch for about a minute or more on each side. And then when you're ready to release that, we'll do the last one. So coming into figure 4, cross the ankle over the opposite knee, and this is stretching the hip. Flex your foot, keep that knee stable so you can get a little bit deeper stretch. Sitting up tall may be all that you need today, but if you need more, you're going to hinge forward, just turning sideways so you can see. And again, we don't want the back to round, so always find that extension. Think of cow rather than cat when you hinge forward. And that should feel really good on the hip. Hold that again for about another minute, and make sure you hit all of these stretches on both sides. So there were 5 stretches that you could do for your ankle and your hip, all with the support of the chair to help your knees be healthier and happier. If you got questions, post them in the comments.